Enphase energy stock inclusion in the S&P 500 index. Is it a buy signal? You definitely must have heard, going by what we just indicated, that Enphase Energy Inc. Its stock has been included in the S&P 500 index. At the moment, it's currently in the S&P 400 small cap index. So by the 7th of January this year, it will now replace Tiffany's. Tiffany's is no longer an independent company, so it will now be part of the S&P 500 index. And this is probably a ploy by the S&P 500 to ensure that they are much more relevant with what's going on, because this is where amongst other sectors that market participants are closely monitoring. So it's also a recognition of what you, the viewer of this video, and you are also as a market participant has been doing, picking up EV and renewable stocks. This is a reaction to them. This is a recognition of the democratized nature of the markets. The markets, dictates the pace, dictates the direction, and the market is you and I, the market participants, and we are moving towards the renewables and the EV stocks. So, technically speaking, and fundamentally, we can see that Enphase has a market cap of 22.2 billion. Going by what is going on now in the pre-market of today, the 4th of January, it may be something higher than that. It could be about 4% more than that. And it has 126.33 million shares. 76% of the shares are held by institutions. And with this inclusion, that figure might also rise. But it's also fair enough that given this sort of proportion of its outstanding shares held by institutions, it has also knocked up to 1,000% gains in 1 year, in this past year, 2020 alone. It's because normally when shares are held by institutions, they don't tend to sell that frequently, and they don't tend to have this sort of volatility that Enphase has had. And the reason for that could also be that such institutions, they are also usually passive, may have also remained passive, but because they are not trading that much, the few stocks that are available for market participants to trade may be a lot less, and as such, may have constituted to the volatility, and the triple-digit gains has seen this so far this year. This past year. So, and it has a short interest of 7.26%. We can see here, this is a typical case where that may have come into play. From here, that is the 20th of October, it declined by close to 10% in just 1 day. And then a few days afterwards, again, it had a sharp increase. So this is an increase of 106 or thereabout to 122. So, and then again, we also saw another decline, and that probably took place within only 2 trading sessions. And here again, we see that. And yes, this is also a typical case. This took place within, two trading sessions. Quite likely that it's the action of shorts or something like that. So technically speaking, let's see what's going on here with Enphase. It appears to be in a strong bullish trend, no doubt about that. You can see this is definitely strong bullish, and it's also tied because it also comes with corrections and pullbacks, and you can see that You can see this. Sometimes it also pulls back and gets support from some of the trend lines. So it's sufficiently mixed up. Gains and the pullbacks and corrections. So as against just spikes without any corrections and they're like. So it's somewhat balanced in its upward movement. Momentum for Enphase as measured by the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is waning. Okay, we can see the closest we can see the closest pointer to the momentum will be the price rate of change, which is currently at 33.37%. The last time it traded officially. So this means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions bought at lower prices. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. The Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied the recent price move. Events such as this may precede a pause or reversal in the near-term trend. So yes, so we ask the question: Is it a buy signal? This inclusion in the S&P 500. Is it a buy signal? Well, what is most certain is that Enphase is a stock to buy. But if I would say if you're gonna buy it, don't buy it to sell it tomorrow. Buy for the long term. I believe it still has more room to go. And at the same time, I also have to indicate that this is all in as much as this company has run up a huge amount of gains, and it's now included in S&P 500. This is a huge recognition, not just the recognition of what the company is doing. It's also recognition of, like I said before, what market participants like you watching this video is also doing. But at the same time, there's also a good chance that this company this year might also raise more capital, going by this inclusion, going by this by the record gains it has knocked up. So you also have to be careful about that. That will result in some dilution, and but the fact is that I do not know when that is going to happen. So it is better, if you're going to get in there, just observe, and if you're just going to go in right away, do so, and don't seek to cash in quick. Just buy it and then let it stay there for some time. Give it some time, even close to 2 years or thereabout. Okay, so. But if you really have to get in there and to start making money and all that stuff, you're not in there for the long term. You can, let's see what it's available on the options concerning Enphase. There is no doubt that it will be a cheaper alternative because this options will be they will definitely require a lot of capital for you to engage in them, unless you're going to engage in the contracts that are way below or way away from the current or prevailing prices. So this is the Enphase January 15, 2021. This is these are the ones that will expire in about the middle of this month, January 2021. So we can see what's going on here. I can see they're not these are not cheap. 60, but obviously it's currently trading at 179.48%. So let's see. So if you want to bet on the price, getting higher or thereabout, you if you want to get in, if you have the capital to join in at the higher prices, well, I wouldn't really advise. They are quite risky, and especially as this is the contract that will expire very soon. So let's see. So currently it's at 178, somewhere between that and this. So by the time the market opens, and if it's still going up, let's see, it's at 179, approximately 180. So all of these would have gained up to 40% or thereabout. So but let's see, it's only about roughly $21 away from $200. So some of these other ones lower down here might also be experiencing some of the effect of the optimism that is going on at the moment. So you can see some of these ones. This is the 240. It's a little bit too far away from 200 at 179, but at the same time also you can also see that its spread is very high. So that is the spread between the ask and the buy. So these are some of the things you have to consider as well. So the spread here is only 9 cents, so it's not that much, but it will require $150 for you to enter this particular trade. So those are just other ways, obviously you probably know already, of playing a very expensive stock like Enphase. If you don't have a lot of money to buy, if you consider it a little bit too expensive, they're like, okay. So in summary, yes, I believe Enphase is a stock to buy, but I'm not going to advise you to buy it and start day trading with it. If you're going to buy it for the future. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for watching this video.